Hello and welcome. My name is Marc Blatstein. I'm a physician, and after 30 years in patient care, I've transitioned into the medical legal space, specifically the pre-sentence interview, which is the most important and overlooked part, if you will, of the federal criminal sentencing process. While no one can guarantee what your judge is going to end up doing, what the Federal Bureau of Prisons is going to be doing, by at least beginning to prepare for the interview and creating your own story. This is storytelling. It can humanize you to your judge. It may reduce some of your sentence. It provides options for diversion sentencing. It allows for specific placement requests, provide early release opportunities, and it will reduce some of the fears that you and your family are naturally experiencing. The only thing that can be guaranteed is that if you do nothing, then the probation officer who drafts your pre-sentence report is going to have all of their information coming from your indictment. And your judge who comes into the sentencing hearing with a plan already in mind or sentence already in mind is going to have no other option other than sentence you based on the four corners of your indictment. And so this is a very important and, as I said, overlooked part of the federal criminal sentencing process. If you or a loved one know someone who is either facing federal sentencing, has been indicted, thinks they're going to be indicted, you have questions, give me a call, no charge, 240 888 7778. So now we're going to go into this particular video where you have two pharmacists are sentenced for conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. So the False Claim Act, which has been the main driver with the current Department of Justice, and it's affecting not just pharmacists. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO, CFO of a large hospital system, a business company, life sciences, if you're a physician in practice, nurse practitioner, podiatrist, chiropractor, it doesn't matter, because if you get a charge through the False Claim Act, don't rest on your laurels, because there may be criminal charges to follow. So most important is that you need to have great legal representation that you're comfortable with and who has expertise in cases just like yours. So turning down here, we have the both of the two. There's two different articles here. The first one comes from Health Exec, which goes through pharmacists, but they cover all medical specialties. And it was an $800,000 healthcare fraud conspiracy. And then we have the second one, former pharmacists, where we have here that they were indicted for sentencing, and they're now looking at sentencing on this particular uh, release from the United States Attorney's Office, Northern District of Mississippi. And so even the best legal defense is not going to be enough to sway. If it's not enough to sway the judge, you do have options. There's no guarantees, but it doesn't spell doom and gloom. We're in the age of pardons right now. And so getting a pardon is a function of who you know and what it will cost. I'll go into that. Preparation for your pre-sentence interview. This will have the most positive impact on your sentence and placement without guarantees, but it is better than doing nothing. What is guaranteed is if you do nothing or you're not prepared for your interview, your judge is going to have no other choice but to sentence you based on the four corners of your indictment. And that indictment probably is not very flattering, describing a person, describing who you are as a person. If you're looking for a pardon, there are companies here, M&O Strategies. Here's their website, Marty Obist, but it's going to cost you. Lastly, having personally navigated the federal court system, Federal Bureau of Prisons, I can provide you with personal insights to help you prepare for one of the most important and most overlooked stages in any federal criminal defense case. And this is the PSI, or pre-sentence interview. If you want to give me a call, again, my phone is 240-888-7778. Nothing's lost on a phone call, and there's no charge to you. I thank you very much for listening, and I hope you all have a great day.